Hey guys, for this video, I want to talk about something that most churches tend to avoid. It's a dangerous subject because it means exposing who we really are. It means getting rid of the sin that we try so desperately to hold on to. It means ripping off our fake masks and proclaiming 2 Corinthians 12:9 over our lives, which says, "But he said to me, 'My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness.'" I'm talking about sanctification. Sanctification, which essentially means surrendering all of yourself to God, has two key parts. So let's start with the first half, being crucified with Christ. Galatians 2:20 says, "I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me." Being crucified with Christ is one of those terms that church kids grow up hearing, but never really have it explained to them. Basically, to be crucified with Christ is to surrender, despise, and even put to death every ungodly thought, action, desire, and attitude that tries to rise up in you. You have to surrender every area of your life to Him, even the parts that aren't so pretty. Let Him change whatever He sees fit. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has gone, the new has come. 2 Corinthians 5:17. As a Christian, you've been set free from having to obey your flesh and living in sin. Choose to use your freedom to glorify God. Don't go back to being a slave to sin. Crucify your flesh. Learn to hate every evil and ungodly thought. When you put a stop to all ungodly thoughts by taking your thoughts captive, 2 Corinthians 10:5, your flesh will starve. Christ died to save you from your sin and from your flesh. Live like you're free. Now, the second half. Being a living sacrifice. Romans 12:1 explains this. "Therefore I urge you, brothers, to offer your bodies as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. This is your spiritual act of worship." Living sacrifices? Here's another term that's never really explained. What on earth does it mean to be a living sacrifice? Well, Jesus gave himself up for us. He sacrificed himself for us. Now, we get to live for him. We get to let him have control over our bodies so he can do whatever he wants. If you've been crucified with Christ, how can you be in control? I mean, you're dead. To be a living sacrifice, you have to surrender yourself completely to God. You have to submit to him. You're saying, "Jesus, you died for me. I'm going to give you my body so you can live through me." You follow him to whatever lengths necessary. You follow him to death if that's where he calls you to. It sounds really scary, but I promise you, once you let him fully take over, you'll see amazing things. The peace and joy you get when you submit to him is incredible. Everything in your life becomes good. Every problem you face won't really be a problem anymore. You'll be able to honestly say, life is good, even when everything is crashing down around you. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. It's not easy. Your selfish desires will try to rise back up in you. But you have to make the choice to proclaim, "No, I am living for the one true King. I will go wherever he calls me. I will do whatever he calls me to. I will serve him at all costs." It's not easy to let go of some of the things that might seem fun to you right now, which he might call you to do. Satan will probably even try to convince you that God is just taking these things away from you because he doesn't want you to have fun. But I promise you, that is not true. Those thoughts are nothing but lies. Satan is the one who's trying to keep you from having fun. He's trying to kill you. God is trying to save you. And you know what's cool? The more time you spend with God, the more you'll begin to enjoy it. You'll begin to desperately crave more of him. He'll become your obsession and you'll love every single second of it. Psalm 37:4 says, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart." Guys, I have never heard anything more accurate than that right there. When you begin to figure out what he likes, you'll start to realize you two have quite a bit in common. You love all the same things, you hate all the same things. You just might not realize it yet. I know I'm right about this. You want to know how? We were all made in the image of God. We were all designed to love the things he loves. We all love things that are true, noble, right, pure, lovely, admirable, excellent, and praiseworthy. He created us to love what he loves. Okay, that's all I've got for this video. Don't forget to let me know how the challenge went last week if you decided to take it. Love you guys.